Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hi everyone. I'm happy.
We are happy. We are happy. We're once again joined by Lee Barnett.
Hello.
Of Bungalow fame.
Childhood hero.
Literally. The cheese sandwich man.
The man with the cheese sandwich.
What? It's funny. I must say your accents. I remember we did something in Wales in a school, and
do you know what the name of the school was?
Oh no, I have no idea. All I remember is I was walking around, and it's again, you stick your head through the curtain on the school stage, and there's 300 school kids, and they're all screaming. Ah! It's just like it's a mine. It's crazy. And this one Welsh
kid.
Again.
It's brilliant.
I didn't say it. I'm out.
No, he didn't. That's brilliant. I love it.
And I remember this kid in a big Welsh accent, and my Welsh accent is useless. And he looked at me and he sort of went, "You make my life worth living." And I was like,
was he from Mumbai?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. I could end it now, you know.
He was an international student.
Yeah, it was an international school in Wales. They were from
that's all over the place. So. Yeah. You make my life worth living. Fair play. Do you know, every Saturday morning, waking up and seeing, Dick and Dob obviously, doing a thing, and then you come on with the prizes. And I remember I was watching that, and you were sort of walking down the street trying to get high fives or something. I don't know if you might remember.
I do remember it. But yeah, honestly, walking down Shepherd's Bush High Street in London. I know that was either Shepherd's Bush High Street, or it might have been Oxford Street, and you're walking down the street wearing size 10 flippers.
Flippers and everything. You were in a little. I thought it must be cold,
Yeah, it was. It was cold, and people are looking at you like, "Who is this absolute?" You
might cut out then.
yeah, it's weird. Every time you go to.
It's funny that it's a natural sort of bleep you have. Yeah, it was. I remember.
Did you not love every minute of it?
Every minute.
I remember watching, and I was telling my father actually before we came on, and I was saying, you're coming on and stuff. Oh, that's nice. And I was telling him about when I was in school. I was in primary school, and there was this book fair in school, because every year there'd be like this book fair, and I was like a Dick and Dom book, like a little comic book or a little magazine thing, and I remember buying it, and I read it, and I read it, and I read it so much because I just loved the TV show. I loved everything about it.
I had the board game.
Did you?
Board game.
Yeah, I did.
So shall I
have to fish for bogeys?
Oh my god! So shall I actually tell you how it all started?
Please do.
So, children, are you listening?
Jack and Ori.
So I used to do a lot of background work. I used to do a lot of extra work, and I did that for about 10 years. And I've done a lot of jobs, a lot of really, really good jobs and some bad jobs, but it was work. It was what I did. I've been doing EastEnders and Holby and films and the odd commercial, and it was you were doing it. And then one day, my son was 3 months old, and it was Christmas time. It was between Christmas and New Year, and one of the guys from the agency I was with called up and went, "Oh, hi Lee, it's from hi. Well, no, are you available for a job on the 3rd and 4th of January?" I was like, "Well, you know what? 3rd and 4th of January, beginning of the year, 2 days work. I'll take that. Wonderful, great. It's for a show. They don't really know your character. You're playing the prize idiot or something, and something else. They don't really know what you're going to do, but they need someone that can do pretty much anything. And we know that you're up for that. Yeah, great, wonderful." So I turn up to the BBC, whatever it was, probably about 8 o'clock in the morning, and walk into the changing rooms, and you've got Richard and Dominic, and you've got the other guys, and the makeup, and they're putting on my wig and the big rosy cheeks and putting the dots on there, and the producer comes out, Steve, and says, "Oh, hi, I'm the producer. Hi, nice to meet you." He says, "Right, so you're and I just remember this is a life-changing moment. And he sort of says, "Right, so you're going to be coming out at the beginning of the show, and the boys are going to be giving you the prizes." "Okay, fine, that's great." And they're going to ask you a question, and you've just got to make sure that you give the wrong answer. "Okay, that's all right. Give the wrong answer. So just make sure it's the wrong answer. And I said, okay, can I do an accent? Yeah, you can do an accent. And obviously you've heard what my accents are like. As soon as I said, can I do an accent? I suddenly realized, why have I just asked that? I can't do an accent. What if I suddenly have a whole soliloquy or something and it's just the most god awful accent? Yeah, you can do an accent. Okay, fine. And the question they're going to ask you is, what is 2 + 2? So just make sure your answer is wrong. Okay, that's fine. So he said, yes. So again, come out. You're going to be stupid. Try not to be a retard. Join in 20 minutes. Good luck.
Yes.
That give me the chuck on the shoulder. There you go. Try not to be a retard. Join in 20 minutes. Good luck.
What was your answer?
This was live television. I had never done anything. I'm like, what the am I supposed to do? And wrong answer. So yes, I came out with this whole great big tower of presents, and I come out. Oh, hi, it's the neighbour. And I never met them before. Hi, it's the neighbours. And I said, we got a bit stupid. We've got a question for you. Yes, yes. What is 2 + 2? And I went, oh, it's mashed potato. And
can
apparently,
just a bit of the accent, because when you smashed it,
well, it was a bit of sort of, the insurance
Churchill dog. Yeah, I thought so.
Churchill dog, and a bit of, sort of mixture of Birmingham and just anything that was, I like a cheese sandwich, I do. And that was my answer. And apparently he was absolutely pissing himself in the gallery, not literally, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was back then the following week. And then the following week, and I remember we'd all gone out for a drink, I think after about 3 or 4 weeks. And this was every week. So this was every week, you're getting the question, and you've just got to think of something funny.
Absurd,
whatever. It's very carte blanche, very much just up to you. And I'd never had this sort of training before, but he said to me, you've got yourself a nice little regular gig, this. And I was like, oh, really? Yeah, great. That's wonderful. Now, there's no contract, so it's great, but until someone goes, we want you. We did that, and then that went up to Christmas, and now I've done quite a few. And then after that, it was pretty much signed for the whole of the next series. And then, and it was just mammoth. It was a titan.
It was an actual titan. Because
people talk about we are 22 and 23, and we still reference that show.
I'm not joking. I'm not. I was in work earlier, and I was the boss, the head of the company. I said, "Oh, I'm on later. I'm talking to Lee Barnett, and he didn't know he was Lee Barnett." I said, "Oh, did you used to watch The Bungalow?" Yeah. 36. Yeah, I used to watch The Bungalow. Oh, him. Couldn't believe it. That's how big it was. That is the. I know,
and and you know what I hate is that sometimes when, like in my local pub, and there was one of the barmaids there, 22 or something, pretty girl. It was awful when she.
Hey, take notes, man. Hey.
It was awful how she got all starstruck when I was there. I hated every moment of it. It was absolutely awful.
You should have ordered a cheese sandwich.
I beg you ordered a cheese sandwich. Did you?
I didn't know, because that would be a little bit. I'm there with my golden Labrador and a pint of ale. I'm not going to go, you want a cheese sandwich? But honestly, it was, when you're working at the BBC, and you're walking the halls of all these greats before me, the Bruce and the two Ronnies and all these guys, and you're walking around the BBC and you see all these people. One of the funniest, bizarre sort of football related moments. So we used to do it in the studio next to Football Focus. Now, bearing in mind, I was always wearing a ginger wig. And I remember going into the toilets. I'm standing there at the toilet, and who comes in and stands next to me? Gordon Strachan. So I'm there in my great big ginger wig. He's there with his red hat. And I remember looking at him going, it was just, the show was mad. It was, I would be given a script, and they would give you whatever, couple of lines, and the rest of it, I didn't know what they were going to do to me.
Tell me about the jokes though, because just quickly before you carry on about that, because there was some proper pearlers you'd come up with. Because I was watching again, like I couldn't understand them properly when I was younger, but I watched them back now. There was one about insurance. I've forgotten it now, but it was something about insurance and like a date or a raising tax or something.
Yeah,
I can't remember, but and that was actually a very, very well crafted joke, and it went over my head when I was younger. But was that one of yours, or did you just make it up? Was that one of theirs? Sorry, did you just make it up?
No, it's probably all just me. It's just
mate.
No,
honestly.
but it's how. But I think a lot of us. I mean, okay, so yeah, like for instance, with my wife, if I tell her a joke, it'll be like this.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But if I say something off the cuff, then she laughs.
Right. Okay.
It's I don't. You had to. I think the biggest fear for me then is people used to say to me, "But how would you like remember what to say, or how would you?" Well, I didn't. I crap myself. The biggest worry for me is, was that funny? Sometimes I would finish doing what I'm doing and I'd walk off and I'd go, bloody hell, that was useless. That just wasn't funny. And then Steve would come out going, that was just hysterical. And there's no, oh God, we had, got to be careful.
No, not too careful. Don't worry.
No,
as much as you can.
I do. So I mean, there was one. Oh, I can't. I'll tell you off the cuff another time.
Okay, right.
But they were just. I mean, also I must just say they were lovely, both Richard and Dominic.
I was going to ask that. What was everyone like? Because we know them, Dick and Dom. We know Harry Bat.
Ian.
Anybody move?
Yeah.
Oh, nobody move. He is. I speak to him quite a lot on Twitter.
Do you keep in touch with them all?
So I'm in touch with. Well, I speak to Ian a fair bit on Twitter. Dave from Dave time and time on Facebook occasionally. Lovely guy. Melvin occasionally. But he's so busy working.
He's big on Radio 1 now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on everything. He's on everything. Absolutely everything.
Play to him.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on anything. I wouldn't want to be on TV all the time. Or no, it's definitely not. It's not what I want to do. Anyway, no, they were all lovely guys. They were. Ian is a very, very skilled actor. I mean, there is no, I came into, and then moving on to the Slammer after that, I came into a show with someone like Ian, who is the consummate professional. He is the actor's actor. He's done more in acting than I have ever done. And I think I always had the utmost respect for him and for Dave as well, because Dave again is master of the puppets, and that's what he's done for years and years and years. And he's brilliant at it, and they were absolutely brilliant. So when you're working with these people, and Dick and Dom, these guys have been. People think it was just anarchic madness, and it was, but there's
an art to it.
There really is an art to it. I mean, there was one morning I remember we did a job. We were referencing something. I can't. We know what we were referencing.
I think, was it a certain shirt?
Idea. Who?
A certain T-shirt.
No. This you'd never know. You would never know.
We'll talk about this one after we finish recording.
But what it is that they were, because it was so improvised. And Steve as a producer is an absolute genius. And, with me growing up watching things like Tiswas, I'm sure you've seen Tiswas stuff, haven't you?
I've heard of it.
I've heard. I haven't.
Right. So you need to, after tonight, you need to look at some Tiswas stuff, and I'll talk about it off it. But this was probably the nearest thing that we had to Tiswas. And when you look at Tiswas, and you had Chris Tarrant, Lenny Henry, Bob Carroll, and Spit the Dog, all that sort of stuff. And it was madness. I mean, you think what happened on Dick and Dom was mad. That was just crazy.
In my head now, I'm trying to sort of compare it to something that I enjoy, Dick and Dom. And what I can almost compare it to was like a 21st century version of Tommy Cooper. almost. Stick with me, because I was thinking when people would watch Tommy Cooper, they think, oh, everything's going wrong, and they think the same about the show, the Bungalow. It's all going wrong. It's all, nothing's really thing. But the way it would all come together at the end, the beauty of it all, very much, I feel like that's what you kind of had going on there with the Bungalow.
I think it was just such, and we were all very, we just all loved doing what we did. The crew were amazing. I mean, a lot of us are still sort of. Hold on. Cameras run out of battery. Cameras run out of battery. Hold on.
Turn the light off, man.
Hold
on. We'll use that one instead.
Don't worry. There he is.
You see, might be technical, but didn't take long, did it?
Didn't take long.
Awkward silence. So what was I saying? No, but the crew were amazing. For instance, like Pat, bless him, cameraman, handheld camera #1. He was always the laugh that you'd hear. So you would come out and I'd come out and I'd like look in the camera, do whatever. And it would be Pat's camera. So if I'm doing my joke, although I'm doing it to the camera and you know that there are a million people watching it, it's Pat that's watching it. And so when he laughed, you kind of go, yeah, that worked.
That's all right, yeah.
And it's this really bizarre, because of course you're not aware of what people at home I think. You might be doing something that you think is really funny. Everyone could be at home like this, just not laughing.
Yeah.
But it was. Did we have a laugh? My goodness.
Do you know what I loved about the Bungalow was like, it always felt a bit like, I don't know, a bit mischievous to watch. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were always a little bit sort of, oh, Mum's coming downstairs now. A little bit sort of like that. I mean, everybody knew what was going on, but it was still stuff that you would do with stuff that I could never in my life think about getting away with.
I did. I remember once, and I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it to look like it. I mean, Richard's laugh is just the most infectious laugh. I mean, it was when I did the magic act.
Right.
And I had to come out a beautiful assistant, for whatever it's worth. And I had to come out and I was doing the pulling the wand out of the suitcase, like there's this flat suitcase and just pulling this wand out, because what was happening is I was literally sort of like, putting. Now I didn't mean it. Yeah, it was. This is the thing. It was totally unintentional. Richard, it's online somewhere. And Richard was like, oh my God, what are you doing? Now the thing is that if you don't know what it looks like, and therefore you don't find it offensive, you can't find it offensive. Yeah. But if you look at it and you know what they're doing, and that's because you understand it and you get it. So therefore it's not. But it wasn't intentional to look like that. I mean, we never did anything intentionally rude. It was a little bit.
It's all a bit tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
it was a little bit tongue in cheek.
It never felt something that like I shouldn't be watching as a child. It was never anything like that.
No, not
it was. It was so. I can't think of the word.
It was mischievous, but that's all that it was.
But exactly. That's all of it. And
you'd never get away with it now.
Well, no, but my question is always why not though? Why couldn't you? Because what the fun and the memories people have, like people like you would never have met us ever if we were doing this podcast and we asked you on, and we could never have thought we would have been talking.
But what you're asking, why wouldn't it happen nowadays?
Yeah, but why not? Because it was such a good. It was so much fun to watch.
Honestly,
why?
I hope people don't hate me for it, and I don't. But
they won't.
It's the whole woke sort of. You can't say anything to offend anyone. You can't you can't do anything. Everything's got to be ticked. Every box has got to be ticked. Yep. Well, are we including that? And did we? And we mustn't be mean to that. And we've got to make sure this. And we got right. Can spontaneity? Can anyone be spontaneous? Okay, we're going to have spontaneity later, and it goes. And that has a massive. There's massive implications. I mean, I don't. Yeah, that's my view, and it's a real shame because you can't. Look, I'm a gobby at the best of times. I can't help it. I say it how it is. I'm not rude. I'm not offensive. But I say it how it is, and I think I'm not going to go out and take the mick out of you because you're Welsh. But if I wanted to come out with a stereotypical Welsh joke, I'd like to think I could do it.
Exactly,
we could all have a laugh, and you could come out with a joke to me.
Absolutely.
We'll have a laugh and share a pint, and it's all good.
There's nothing more funny, I find, when people will make a joke about us being. I love hearing earlier on.
So you know the one how do Welshmen count sheep? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Love it. No,
but I mean it genuinely. People have to know. It's reading the moment. It's knowing, having a bit of common sense as well, knowing what's right and wrong, and understanding.
No, exactly. Absolutely.
When is it too far? When have you now sort of said something that clearly, we've been speaking long enough, so I know, okay, I can get away with that one. I wouldn't keep chucking in jokes because there'd be a point you'd be like, Lee, let's.
You're a professional, and you know far better than we do what's funny, what you can get away with.
But I'm as you said before, I'm human. I'm I'm human. So are you. Look, I'm Jewish. My God, do you know how many jokes there? But it's knowing what you can and can't, and we used to get away with so much on the bungalow. We really did. Oh, I mean, what I'm trying to think.
You have a favorite memory, a favorite thing that's ever happened? Because like certain things to me stick out. Like,
one. Okay, all right. Well, I think a couple of my greatest moments on that show were probably two. One was working with Mr. Blobby.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and working with Freddie Starr.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Again, so we missed that one. So Noel's house party.
Yeah.
Now, that was an amazing show. I don't care what people say. That was an amazing show. And again, don't see anything like that anymore. With sort of Ant and Dec Saturday night, that's the sort of, when they go off and they do their pranks. That was the Gotcha. Have you ever seen any of the Gotchas?
No.
YouTube the Gotchas because Ant and Dec weren't first.
It was
YouTube some of the Gotchas that Noel Edmonds did. Honestly, that some of them are hysterical. But Mr. Blobby, just it's Mr. Blobby, and so to suddenly work with him on the show, and because I was playing the idiot, you've got Mr. Blobby, and comes over, gives me the great big hug, and we fall over everywhere. This is what dreams are made of. And again, Freddie Starr, I grew up watching him. This is someone, these guys had 14, 15 million people, however many millions watching them. And so you're now watching. I mean, that day that Freddie Starr was on, we knew he was coming on, but we didn't know when. And I walked into the main makeup room where everyone was all Dick and Dom and Ian and Melvin and myself and Dave. And the guests were always there. And Freddie Starr was in the chair. And this is someone I've grown up watching. All right, he's been out of the limelight for years, but he was an entertainer. Anyway, he's there and he's got builders in his home and he's talking about the builders. And I had to walk out because I was crying with laughter. I was absolutely crying he was just hysterical. And we did the show and he was just so charming and lovely. And I've just met one of my, childhood heroes, and he was just charming, and his new wife, their kids, wanted a photo with me, and it's really strange how his kids want a photo with me, and I used to watch it, and it's just so when he died, you think, and it's like it's just those were two of my greatest. There
we are.
Yeah, there we
go. Lee, thank you for sharing your bungalow memories. Giving us the Bungalow-Down.
The Bungalow-Down.
I hope it was okay.
An absolute joy, more than okay.
This was what
I've been waiting for months.
Oh. Yep. Guys, go and find.
Sad if that's all that it's waiting. If that's all you've been waiting for.
Well, actually, from the minute we knew,
Yeah, if you're listening or watching, go and find Lee's "What Football Means to Me" episode, and we're gonna quiz him in a bit as well. So we're gonna stop this recording, start a new one. So go and find that quiz
Yeah,
as well.
for the purpose of this, I haven't been wearing this shirt for 3 days,
Yeah,
3 whatever.
Yeah, neither
Just
same.
3.
Yeah, but thank you guys for watching again. Thank you, Lee, for sharing your memories.
Pleasure, guys.
We'll see you soon. Catch you soon. Bye.
Bye.